Hey, I'm excited about our first guest
Oh
today.
man, Rob, today we're gonna talk to a worship pastor. We're gonna do it like a church service here. We got a worship pastor and then we got a bishop.
Yes,
It's gonna be amazing, Rob.
it is. Maybe we can get saved by the end of it. You never know.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
My wife found this first guy. I got to be honest with you. I don't know a huge amount about him, but
Mhm.
my wife found him, and she is. You always listen to your wife. That's my
Oh yeah.
big thing. Is you listen to your wife, and she saw this guy and went, "You got to have him on the show."
Yes.
So I reached out. I think she actually tagged me in a post that he had done. So we want to welcome this fine gentleman there he is, to the show, and he's a singer, and I believe you're a songwriter too, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna let Jason do the introduction because he does that so much better than I do.
Well, hey, Kevin, great to have you on the show. Kevin Christopher here. He's a faith-driven singer-songwriter whose music blends soul, storytelling, and worship with influence from songs are helping people draw closer to the Creator. He's a husband and father of 6 and a man on a mission to glorify God through music. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Oh, thank you. What an introduction. Wow, I got to live up to something here. Thank you, guys.
Exactly, brother. Like we talked about, doing some worship at the beginning here, and we'll get on to the bishop. But man, I have been stuck on your song that you sent over to us, The Well. This song is incredible. Tell us about yourself before we get into the song. Like, how did you get into music? It's just been a lifelong thing. Like, because I love music.
I have been singing. I mean, I guess from the womb, but I say age 8. I've been in competitive jazz groups.
Wow.
Through high school and college. Then I turned into community and professional theater actor. So I did lots and lots of musicals. I played Shrek. I was green like 6 months after the show was completed.
Just dyed skin.
About that. And then I got into the wonderful world of just being a worship leader. And that has been my greatest gift. And that has propelled me into writing my own songs. So here I am.
That is incredible. Like I said, the song that you sent over, The Well, now you just kind of released this thing. Man, this is amazing. And just the storytelling aspect of it, the words that you brought into there. How did this come about?
Wow. I'm going to start about a year ago. You know, when you get to a certain age, you feel that maybe the dreams that you once had were maybe unattainable, or they're just kind of something that has passed you by. But about a year ago, I just started betting on myself. I started running towards getting a little bit older than running away from it. And one of those things was really trying to go for a career in worship. And I had a lot of fun things that happened throughout the year. I lost 70 pounds.
Wow.
Which was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Me and my wife rededicated to reading the Bible every day. We read the whole Bible last year, and we're on, I think, day 95 or something. And now we've included 2 of our kids doing it this year.
That is amazing.
So it's just really drawn our family closer. And then also, doing this career as a singer-songwriter. And this song came from actually just sitting down at a sermon, and our lead pastor just innocently said something about the woman at the well and moved on to another point. And I just started writing. And then I started writing. And I got writing so much that my wife was distracted and was like, "What are you writing about? He's not even talking." And in that sermon, in 15 minutes, I wrote The Well. I not only wrote it, but I visualized how it would look in a music video. I visualized instrumentally how it would sound. It was just like God poured into me in that
Holy
moment.
Spirit download.
It was like, this is the song that you need to give out. And I mean, I was never a songwriter at all. I thought that was something that I would never do. I always made a career of singing other people's songs. But it was just something the Lord just gave me. And it's been a blessing, not only to me, but sounds like it's becoming a blessing for other people.
It's amazing, brother. This is just a Holy Spirit download. That was incredible. So
Holy Spirit download.
See,
Jason, I love that. Yes,
completely. You. Just hit you, and it just pushed it to write something like that, and just hit it. And that's the only way to explain it, right?
Yes.
So that is incredible. I want to talk about a little bit of your background, because you've been influenced by a wide range of artists and genres and all these things. So how do you blend that into your style of worship?
Yeah, when I first became a worship leader, I felt that I had to kind of fit into a certain mold,
Hmm.
of how that worked. But relying on my backstory, and being in jazz, and being in competitive jazz, and being able to sing with the likes of Manhattan Transfer and Bobby McFerrin on stage, and
Oh, that's cool.
my theater background with that sort of elevated style of singing, that maybe some would think that would not transfer into worship. I just
Mhm.
said, this is me. This is all of me. The Lord gave me these gifts. And I just said, I'm just going to infuse everything that I've learned and bring it to the Lord. And so that's just kind of how it evolved.
That's so cool. With today's digital age of music, and it's really cool that we're seeing faith-based music. It's gaining a lot of traction online.
Yes.
We're seeing
Amen.
things in mainstream genres and country music and different things. How do you stay true to your message? When you're navigating in this, because of course the enemy can take these things and change them as we want. But how do you
Yeah.
stay true to your message?
It's funny that you ask, because about 7 or 8 months ago, when I started really in the early stages of starting this journey about kind of betting on myself and seeing where I could be as an artist, there were a lot of people in my ear saying, Kevin, um, you know, while I know that you love the Lord and you are a worship leader, there are maybe not that big of an audience for you there. But if you use what you have in your background and your bag of tricks, and maybe do some jazz, R&B, some pop, and initially I was like, okay, well, maybe, I am faith based, but maybe I can just go that route. And the Lord was just saying, no, this is not where you need to be. But
Mhm.
the absolute day that I said, you know what, I'm going to be a faith based singer, no matter what, I want to put the message out of the Lord. And that day, doors started opening up. I started writing music that I thought I never could, and it was all faith based, but it was just staying true to who you were and staying in your lane, no matter what fame or riches could come from another lane.
Mhm.
That's what I did. And once I made that decision to be a worship artist, 100%, God was
That
alive.
is that is amazing. And I know you've said your prayers, to help people get closer to God. And I know
Yeah.
your message, your worship
Yes.
music, all of your songs, it does this and it helps within that.
Yes.
One thing is, our shows thrive with Rob and Jason here. We're talking about thriving and in life and different things on there. You're a husband and a dad of six. So
Six.
six. I have four. Tell me about your family.
Well, we run the gamut. We have our oldest boy is 25, and our youngest are 9-year-old twins.
Oh, geez.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yes, so me and
You're like me. Yeah.
my I upgraded in life. My beautiful bride that we are high school sweethearts,
Amazing.
and we got married pretty young, and we had our first two, and we thought life was great. But about 2009, my wife got cancer,
Oh,
and we went through that battle of cancer. Thank the Lord that she's 100% cured. But we
praise the
thought
Lord.
life was too short. In that moment, we actually got saved,
Mhm.
and we became believers through that the aftermath of that trial.
Mhm.
And we said, hey, what's one more? We're too young. Life is too short. So we had one, and then we of course said, well, that one needs a friend, just like the other two had a friend. So that was four. And then God was so funny that He just put a period, exclamation point on everything, and gave us twins at the end. So
Yeah,
yeah,
God's humor, right?
yeah. So I mean, by the time that my youngest children are of age,
Mhm.
me and my wife will probably be in diapers. But other
Yeah,
than
I'm with you. I have a 20-year-old and I have a 5-year-old, so yes.
that, okay. So you feel my pain, Jason.
I
Thank
do,
you.
I do, I do.
Yes.
Well, our audience, I put up the QR code here where you guys can find Kevin. It's his website. You can check out his music, check everything out on here. Um, yeah, right there. Rob's actually he's moving
Yay!
away
I
from it.
love it.
That's amazing.
And that's where you can connect with my song, where you can stream the song, stream
Mhm.
the music video, which is amazing. You can see my website. We also have another website called mywellstory.org, where the conversation doesn't stop
Oh,
from
that's
the well.
amazing. I didn't
It's a
see that one. See?
community where people can pray, have a sense of fellowship with one another, and there's biblical vetted places that they can get help and counseling. So
Amazing.
it's great.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Rob, Kevin is amazing here. As you heard the story here, you got to hear this song, The Well.
I've heard it multiple times.
It's amazing. The story, the way he wrote it, Holy Spirit download.
Totally, and it'll be on the network this weekend. You'll be able to see it throughout the weekend, and we're super excited for Kevin. This next gentleman, I love this. I love